If it looks like I'm sitting at a weird angle, it's because I'm leaning against my wall. So let's address that first. So today in church we talked about work. We talked about how work is good and a bunch of other things. I know, that's really interesting. It's because it's Labor Day weekend and nobody really likes work, but we should. So I'm going to talk about work. So the first instance we hear of work is in this thing called the Covenant of Works, which God makes with Adam in Genesis 2. And God's like, work the ground, and don't eat from this tree, and things will be good. And Adam agrees. I mean, Adam doesn't really have much choice, but that's the way it works. So work exists in the Garden of Eden when everything is considered good. Work, by definition, has to be good. And then we get to Genesis 3, where everything goes downhill. I'm turning pages because I want to read this. And so, our friend Adam gets punished in Genesis 3:17. And his work becomes much more toilsome. There's the word toil. And his work just becomes hard, and everything is cursed, and it's meaningless, because when he was working in the garden, he was serving God. But then, what are they saying out there? What are they talking about? But then when he is kicked out of the garden, everything just becomes unnecessarily more difficult. And unnecessarily more depressing. But it's still work, and it's still good. So we're called to work. We are called to everything to the glory of God, according to, I think, somewhere in Galatians. And whether that means having a job or going to school, it means you have, or doing volunteer work or whatever, it means there is something you are called to do. So I'm sitting there in church, and my biggest question is, because I am disabled, and I'm always thinking about ableism, what about people who are too sick to work? What about people like Mary Fry from The Fry Life, who has cystic fibrosis and cannot hold a job? What about people who are on disability? I don't know. That's a hard question. So I'm pimping out The Fry Life here. Mary Fry talks about how she views taking care of her body as her job because it's so complicated. And that's what I think is important too. Her job also happens to be spreading the gospel through YouTube. So I think there's always something you can do. And it might not look like a traditional job. It might be taking care of kids, or taking care of your there we go. Taking care of your body, or any number of things. Sorry. I really should refilm this. I'm not going to. Or taking care of your body, or just being kind to people you see in face-to-face or online or wherever. But whatever you do, do it for the glory of God. And it becomes fulfilling. Why do I do school? Honestly, I do school because I want to get out. I want to get out of here. I want to go somewhere. I want to start approaching independence, approaching a healthier life. And I want to be free, and I want the satisfaction of a high school diploma. None of those are really bad. But I should want to go to school and do my schoolwork and whatever, because it's how I'm called to glorify God. And I'm working on that. I am. And I want to share with you that I'm not there yet, because by no means do I have my life together. and you all deserve to know that. But most importantly, remember that we are God's work, and He's proud of us. So there's that. I hope you have a great day.